Hi there, and welcome to BFX, the show where we teach you how to make cool movie effects for cheap. I'm Eric Beck, and on today's episode... Guys, that's not right. I'm not Eric Beck. I'm Pat Brennan, and on today's episode, we're going to be teaching you guys how to make a super awesome mad scientist rig. Today, I'll be showing you guys how to make a really fun and cool mad scientist lab. You know, the kind you see in movies with the beakers and test tubes and boiling chemicals, except we're going to be making it out of fun, cheap, and safe material you can find around the house. That way you won't be forced to rob your school's chem lab in order to make your movies. Everyone wins! Gary the Wheel!
Who's Gary?
Fine, I'll do it myself. Okay, so, this looks simple enough. There's a button, so we... Stop, wait, stop, please. Okay. Not that button. But there's another button. So...
Vous pouvez rester assis jusqu'à l'arrêt complet, l'appareil est terminé. Avant de descendre de l'avion, sur le volant portez tous les effets personnels
That's wrong.
de l'appareil Canada.
Alright, stop that. Okay. Spin it? Ow. Okay. This is a little harder to spin than I thought. It's just a little bit and then... Okay. Nope. God, he built that puppet out of steel. Oh. Ah, okay. I think 15's a good number. Yeah? Some adhesive putty, tubing from the pet store, food coloring, a broken umbrella, recycled bottles, some tape, and any hinges or dials you can find. Now, the basic idea for this setup probably works a lot similar to a blood pump some of you may use in your effects. Take two plastic bottles. Into the first, drill one hole. Into the second, drill two. When you thread the tubing between them, make sure that only this side dips into the water. Then, all you have to do is pump to create the effect of moving water.
Super time lapse! Woo!
To begin, disassemble your umbrella and separate all the metal rods. These will be used as the base of your lab setup. When you have the rods separated, begin building your base using the adhesive putty and tape. I highly recommend drawing out your plan in advance as it makes the build a lot easier. This was especially true in my case as I had 3 separate lines running through my lab setup. With the base assembled, I found it easiest to work my way backwards through the rig. Drill 2 1/4-inch holes in the caps of each bottle, one where the water will go in and one where the air will be pumped in. Then connect the bottle to its spot on the base. Run tubing between the bottle caps, ensuring to allow space for strange curves in your setup. Use the adhesive putty to make sure your drill holes are airtight. When you get to the first 3 bottles, the ones that will hold the liquid, leave the outgoing air lines with enough slack to travel off screen. Onto these trailing lines attach 3 bottles, flexible enough to act as air pumps. Now bring your lab to life by adding warning labels, filling the bottles with food-colored water, and drawing measurements on the sides of the bottles. Don't forget to add any dials and switches you may have as well so you can interact with your lab in the film. Now all you need is some dramatic lighting and a madman to bring it to life. Now before we move on to the test film, I'd like to make 2 quick notes about this build. The first, it's really helpful if you guys draw this out in advance. With all the tubes and bottles you're going to have all over the place, it's going to get really confusing, and you want to know where you're going with this. The second is that you probably don't want to use bright orange tape like I did. As you notice, it's really conspicuous on the rig, and you're probably safer with a dark color like a blue or a black. With that said, enjoy the film. Now, during our test film, you may have noticed a weird chemical reaction happening in one of our bottles that wasn't due to the pumping. That was due to antacid tablets. Now, these things were great. We crumbled up a few of them on the inside, and it made a really fun fizzing effect when the water hit. And the best part was, down at the convenience store, these were only $3. In total, that brings our build price to $15! We hit our exact mark. I'm Pat. Thanks for watching.